Was there any cracks in the situation where you could see, okay, we're getting more popular and the artist might be moving away, or what was it? Was there, or just everything just happened one time?
Um, there were slight hints, but I'm so busy trying to talk to radio, book shows, just to try and manage
Mhm,
that me not paying attention to stuff, to be
mhm,
honest, like that. But there are two, like every time I look back, there are two things I remember distinctly.
mhm.
The first was one day when he called me and asked me how much for dub plates because his sister wanted. I was like, okay, that's a little weird. Like, why is this someone know about dub plate? But anyway, that was one. And then the second time that we went to a show in Montego Bay. And the sister was just mad, like, because they never used to be around. They weren't around.
They weren't around at first.
No, when we have video shoot, we beg them to come and, probably cook or just help. We used to like money craze, we cut up all heap of money.
Mhm.
And we just spend days, burn CDs, and then we used to burn like 100 CD every day. And stuff like that. We used to beg help with. No,
Mhm.
there was no help. And my girlfriend at the time she did all of that, you
Mhm.
know. So, but after the show, them start coming, they start coming around now. I remember going to show Moby and she was just mad the entire time. I mean, never, and like afterwards, me really put two and two and say, yo, she just mad because I collect the money, you know?
But if she wasn't around in the first place, but I guess clearly it's his sister. So then, even if you didn't really understand what I was doing at first, but you get it now, you're still gonna link back. So, did she want to be a part of the management team? Was that ever discussed, or it was
No,
just
it was never
that was not
this.
it?
I don't think there was an interest to be a part of the management team. I think there was an interest to like, all right, uno can go on.
Mhm,
Yeah, that was it. Uno can go on now. Like we could.
mhm.
There was never any like there was no discussion. Even when they call and say, "Boy, me I rob him," there was no discussion. It just went from 0 to 100, like out of the blue. I swear to you, like it's something replaying in my mind a million times. Like, what the hell happened? You know, me no know.
So, so when the ruption started to happen between you guys, how long were you guys working at this point here now?
So remember it was before contract it was a year and some months, and then
Mhm.
contract it was a year into the contract.
Okay, so you guys did under 3 years of work,
Yeah,
basically.
basically.
Okay. And there wasn't really no issue. And then because to
Mm,
me, because you were producing,
okay.
you were management, but it seemed like most of the heavy lifting when it came to production was coming more from Not Nice, Andrew Blacks, ZJ Chrome. These type of people here, they were doing the heavy lifting with production because I think the biggest song that you guys actually came out on your label would have been was a song again? Move Mountains would have been probably the biggest song that
Mhm,
you guys actually produced.
mhm. Because as I said, I wanted to get him out there.
Mhm,
So to be honest, like me in my inexperience, I saw other producers as them a help me with that part that women have to stress myself about.
mhm,
That in my inexperience, that's what I saw. Right? We have a studio, them can work on the music. All right, great. I can go out there and get him out there. You understand? So my everyday was how to get this product out there. That was my everyday. So may drive up and down, give out CDs, link with the radio, just network. The youth them will sell CD on the road, busman them play, taxi driver. Anybody who have some music in them car, link with the DJ them from Irie to Zip to that the FM this so. You understand? So that was my everyday. You understand? So me, the production side was me being happy. Take that, I played full,
mhm.
you know?
But if you had more experience and looking back on the picture now, do you think you would have made those same moves that you did right now, that you did back
100%
then?
no. No, no, because first of all, like I spent a lot of money promoting a lot of those songs.
Mhm,
So I had zero leverage or percentage in those songs. I had nothing. Because again, we never, it's youthful exuberance. That's it. I just, me did just me have a project where me I work on and I was just working blindly,
Mhm.
blindly. Because again, it did not, and I how me think, and that's why I'm the easiest person to screw over. Cause me I tell you, if me and you are virgin and me and you good, me not go ever look say you go stop me now about. Cause I will never do that. You understand? So me I look in the side of my eye and they say, boy, you know, say when him good him I go cut. It never crossed my mind. At no point me just say, boy, I'm in bridging this and we are got, you know, just like how we drive up and down in a stream for how much month. I see him we are gonna just go around the world. So what if we're rich? I know that we did I do that. So we love this and this one do. Somebody did I view it.
The money just happened to be the byproduct of
Yeah.
doing what we loved.
Yeah. I didn't care about the money.
So you, at no point besides those two little incidents, you never thought that there would be an incident where
No.
we're no longer going to be on this path
Never.
together.
Never crossed my mind. Never crossed my mind one time.
Did anybody in the industry kind of warn you, try to kind of school you or anything?
Yeah. Stampede at one point. Brigger at one point say, yo, you're a musician, you talk about you work with artists, go and take up a keyboard and go play. And Johan from Hype TV, when we run out of money and I was gonna sell the car, him say, yo, artist ungrateful. But I never know what they mean, right? You never know. I had no idea. Yeah.
Because you're blinded by everything going on at this time here now.
Yeah, me just I had a boy them something that sound weird. You see how them something in the back of my house? I had something like that in my house of Alkaline, you know.
What do you mean?
Yeah, man, I had a shrine man with him on stage with him name cross it like just when we want to see him reach. Cause it was just amazing to me to see this little youth when me know, when me meet, he never on the shoes like him reach cross the level of success and him big and him rich and him happy and him achieve everything we want to achieve. Me did want to see that. That's what I wanted to see. Me did want to see that process there.
So it was basically like a vision board that you had about that.
I had a, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And how did the industry start to treat you guys? Because remember, you're originally Beanie Man's keyboard guy. That's who you are, basically, to the industry.
Every time people see, every time them see me, they ask where boss there.
Right.
That was the most popular question. Cause there's no way on a two little youth to do all of them something. There's no way. All the time. First time I meet a couple DJs and I go, yo, where boss there? I am the boss. Like no go so. Yeah.
Because they couldn't fathom how you guys are actually doing this.
Yeah. Didn't make sense. Many tried and failed.
But again, as you said, I think it really came down to youthful exuberance.
Yep.
That was your superpower at that.
There was no fear. Yep. Just like a kid's the fire and just run towards it. In a business, it look pretty.
And did you actually get to start flying out with shows with him, or you guys were doing more?
We did one show. We did one show in Costa Rica. And that was another Beanie Man link.
Okay.
Yeah, man. DJ in Costa Rica. That was the first place him really pop off. You know, because I knew the two biggest DJs in Costa Rica. And they really supported me, you know. And with the one show Costa Rica, them smuggled me in Costa Rica because we needed a US visa to get in. They smuggled me in. Yeah, man, through Panama. I got there. I think that was when him really see, like, the first fan we meet him, the girl was just trembling, like, me can't believe me, you know. I think that was when he was like, all right, me a superstar now. Yeah.
It's happening. It's working.
It's working.
Yeah. So you guys were more concentrating on more local shows in Jamaica at this point here then?
Yeah, we were doing mostly, you know, when you're just boss as an artist, you know, everybody keep them like a party and them like a show. You make your like a $150,000, $200,000. Was most of those kind of events.
Got you. So you guys didn't reach to the level like Sumfest and all of those things there yet.
Yeah, we did Sumfest in 2013. I
You
worked on
did
that
it in
for
2013.
yeah, man. Me have the video there. Yeah, man, we did to Sumfest in 2013. Me play with Rough Cut and the road manager sing.
I get out of here, boss. So hold on. The manager is playing with Rough Cut and the road manager is singing, boss?
Yeah, yeah.
You can't make that up. You
can't.
cannot make that up.
Never seen before.
Holy, that is wild. That is wild. So then you were still kind of playing with Rough Cut while you were dealing with him at the same time, or
I only they was my only income.
okay, but I thought you were with Beanie Man Zagazo this time here now when you were dealing with
The 2013 Sumfest, Rough Cut hired me to play with Rough Cut. I think the Nigel staff wasn't around.
Okay, so
Yeah.
even so, you guys smoothed over everything, whatever.
Yeah,
it was,
man.
and they just
Yeah,
brought
I
you-
mean, how long they can have me up for? They understood. I started going at the heat at the moment, but me and Rough Cut good, man. We've been good since like a couple months after.
Good. And what was that like now, being on the stage with your artist now? You're playing for artist road managers.
Yeah,
What was that like?
Yeah, feel like a proud daddy. Yeah, man, it was fascinating. You know, yeah. As me say, yeah, you feel like it'll work. It'll
Yeah,
slowly but surely.
for sure.
Yeah, man.
Big there. That same year, Sting, I think, was 2013. How come you guys didn't do Sting that year?
Whole heap of thing did happen backstage. Too much, like, and them tell we a time, but it was just a lot of stuff. With this, we left, cause them didn't want to put we on like 5-6 o'clock in the morning. If you're a young artist, you're gonna kill him career. You understand?
Because I guess that's when the Ninja Mans and the
Yeah.
Bounties or whoever is the big artist at that time, that's where they come out and really shine.
Yeah,
And
and put
Sting.
him on the song. Yeah, and a couple disrespect. Whole heap of thing they go on backstage, so we decided to just leave.
So you guys were there for the
Yeah,
2013.
we're there the entire night. That's why the money that the deposit that we got for Sting, we just use it and buy a suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, Ramesh made the suit.
Ramesh made the suit.
Yeah, man. Your suit for 2013, Sumfest, Ramesh made it. As we get the money for Sting, we send it over to Ramesh, and Ramesh made it.
Yeah. Now, man, it seems like you were really hustling because you said you were taking money from Beanie Man show this year, about to go sell this, just to really make everything work. So you're really hustling. You didn't have a big bank account, a line of credit, or something where you could just continually to fund this thing. Here.
Nah, if money come, I'm spend it, I'm broke. There was no lineup, nothing. There's nothing. Like me get $100,000, me pay my bills them on my yard, and my girl help me and made as much as possible. That me can spend as much. Like me used to real like, yeah, man.
Yes. No, that's wild there. Because even what was now, because I know this is where everything started to crumble, was right after Sting, which would have been 2014, going into 2014.
Yeah, it was after Sting. Yeah, it was just after Sting, just before the show, we were having a show. So because he never did Sting, we came up with a grand idea that we're gonna have him in concert alongside Rough Cut. So people can get to see him in Kingston because they were not seeing him in Kingston, right? And I don't know. Me borrow some money if you invest in that show. And thing. I don't know. I think that was a show that prompted the whole. I don't know. But I don't know. I wish one day, I think one day after we all, he will explain certain things to me. Cause eventually we are gonna talk. By the time, even if you reach 60-year-old, you know, them time they mean I'm 70s. We are gonna reason as too old man. Now was some white rum, you know. And he can explain it, make it make sense in my brain, because it still don't make sense in mentality.
So what was happening at that time there that wasn't really making sense to you there?
Well, I was at home just doing what I do, which is networking, linking with taking shows, because let me tell you, the local shows them that are coming. You understand? I try to keep things together. he was at home, and then me just get a call. I say, yo, some thieving thing I go on and money and robber. So there was no context. It wasn't a conversation. It was just screaming. So I say, yeah, I'm going yard, and then when I went there, just the whole family was there. Them pop off. They pop the hell off, man. So me just left because I said it's embarrassing.
Mhm.
Yeah. But me I got to we don't want to talk about this stuff.
We're about to. That's why we're about to exit this because there's some more stuff.
Yeah.
But again, speaking to somebody like you, I don't think would give this conversation justice if I didn't ask certain questions to really tie this loop up. If you understand.
Me understand, man. Is this is just something that a lot of media hosts are running on and whatnot, and I don't want, as me say, no matter what I say in the context that I say, people online I say me mad, me crazy, if me want a money, if I suck me a look. I mean, my life is great. I'm great. But the fact say me I have conversation about the same way people think, say a long time ago, get over it and move on. Which I understand where they're coming from. But at the same time, like major events like that in your life, you don't just get over it and move on. And it's not that me not get over it and move on, but it's still a part of my story, right? And I did something in music that nobody now got erase. Them say Christopher Columbus discovered Jamaica how much years ago? Why we not get over it and move on? You understand? So I'm not gonna get over and move on the things that I've done and achieved in music. You understand? And that was a part of my achievement in music. So I'll talk about it, but I don't really like go over the details too much because it helped money gone. It move on with your life, I move on with my life. But as me say, I will talk about it, but me not really want to dwell upon it, like that.
Okay, so then let me just ask you a couple more, and we'll just wrap this up and get to where we're going now. How transparent were you as a manager, you and your partner, to him in the first place? So you see, if a dollar came in, 99 cents went out, this is what's left or whatever. How transparent were you guys with each other at that point?
Okay. So let me explain something to you. We started making money in like the October, right? And
October 2013?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was when we get the first show. Paid like $180,000. Usually when we get the money, we get a deposit. He's gonna want a bunch of care. So it was very difficult for me to say, I may get $90,000, just take out my percentage and send the rest to him. Because he wanted a bunch of people, right? So wherever, how much care we go with, I'm me responsible for them. Remember, me broke, me not have no more money. I literally didn't have any more money. I was broke. So when this $180,000 come in, and we are drive with 5 car, 10 car go a country, and people want money and people want jerk chicken on the road, it's gonna come out of the $180,000, right? So when we come back to Kingston, whatever is left out of our expense, that is documented, and we give him whatever and forget out of it. You understand? So I think what started happening was that it was the expectation was, if the issue was why my money I buy gas put in a car and why my money I buy jerk chicken for them money, it could have been discussed. Because it's not like I did not make $1. None of it went in my pocket. That's why when the whole issue of stealing come up, I'm like, bro, we don't have no money. I didn't get any of it. It all went back into this big presentation that you wanted to make. You understand? And that's what the money did. So if that was what them say, boy, I teach you money. I mean, you could have said to me, say, yo, I go on. Me feel like if me get $100,000 and you say I take 20%, me forget 80 grand out of it. We could have do that. And then if you want 5 car, you just take care of the 5 car and take that off of my plate because it was headache for me anyway. And me never want to go on no show with no bag of money either. You wanted it. You understand? So I think that was where the whole stealing concept came from. But as me say, it wasn't a conversation. It just went straight to an argument. that
So
I
you,
didn't know how to address or fix. I was
so
not
you didn't.
even given an opportunity to address. You understand?
Okay, so you didn't initiate a conversation. Your business partner didn't initiate a conversation, or he didn't initiate a
No,
conversation either.
no.
So it was basically a silent thing where it said, okay, if these people are coming, you have to take care of them. But where's this money coming from to take care of this entourage of people? It's not falling out of the sky. Where is it coming from? But I guess that's the part that everybody didn't really openly discuss. Is where's this money coming
Too
from?
much. And to be honest, like, yeah, me blame myself. Probably I should have find the time to talk about that. But again, as me say, me in it. I was just, I when I show up, let me try sort this out. I if I ever at one point thought there was issue in the house, would I deal with the issue in the house? But me now focus on the issue. Me never think no issue was in the house. I thought the house was fine. I was dealing with issues on the outside. You know, me go a show with promoter and if I show down the promoter, care thing come give me and say, yo, me nah no money, you know, hold on on this and me I say, brother, I money me want. Then I hold it thing me face and there. So me I focus on all of them things there and try and make sure say, yo, we come back home safe and everything good and what. So me never know say internally there was stuff happening. And if I knew, I would have tried to work it out. You know, but as me say, I move from 0 to 100, like, but oh, we have problem. Me never know. You never say it. You know.
Click here to watch the full episode and don't forget to subscribe.